let's model part 18 together, okay? So, this is one of the parts that you can start a bunch of different ways. The other parts up above this, I kind of took you the shortest way possible, so you didn't use too many steps. So with this part, it kind of gives you the option of, hey, how do I want to do this? So as I kind of cut you loose in the packet to draw the different parts that we have, you can say, oh, I want to do the front view, I want to do the right side view, maybe I should start from the top. That's going to be up to you. And this part, many people start it very differently. So some people draw this front face here, and then they'll add on a rectangle and then pull this piece out. Some people will draw the entire shape of the right side view and extrude it, and then cut the circle, and then cut this piece and put on the fillets, and then put the fillets across the top. Some people will draw a big giant cube and then start cutting pieces away. It's up to you how you would like to draw this part. I'm going to draw it the way I think is easiest and that takes the least amount of steps. But again, you can do it many different ways. So let's look at part 18. So let's go to Inventor and let's start a new part. I'm going to start this on the front view. So I'm going to use the front view and start with that plane. So I'm going to look at my drawing. It tells me the bottom piece is 1 inch, then there's 2 inches to the center line, and then there's a 2-inch radius. So why don't we start with this 2-inch radius circle. And then I'm going to draw, see how I'm letting it just kind of grab and track back up. So let's trim this out. And from here, I'm going to draw another circle. And that is a 1-inch radius. And then I need to put some more measurements, because from here to there should be 3 inches. So when I finish the sketch, I'm going to extrude this face out just 1 inch until this, okay. Now I'm going to sketch on this front face, and I'm going to use rectangle. Whenever you need to kind of just draw a box on something, use your rectangle command, because that way it's all one piece. And you can just come in, and I have to tell this to be 1 inch tall. Now I'm going to extrude that out. And my measurements tell me that that is 1.5. Okay, so I have the basic shape. Now you have an option. Do you want to sketch on the front face and draw a rectangle and cut it back? Do you want to sketch on the top face and make a rectangle and cut it down? It is up to you. I'm going to select the top face. Go to rectangle and draw the piece. Now you've got to remember to dimension it. So that's 1 inch. From this side is 1 inch. And from here to here is 1/2 inch. Finish your sketch. And I'm going to cut through the whole thing and tell that okay. Now the corners are rounded, and it is a 1/2 inch fillet. So I'm going to use my 3D fillet to tell it to be a 1/2 inch. And there's your part. So when you finish this part, make sure you save it. Then you're going to go to your home and open up your title block. And when I click the base, notice it's not there because I have 2 drawings open instead of just the one. So I'm going to go out and I'm going to find part 18. Now, we're going to leave this at 1/2 scale. If I try to put it in at 1:1, it is way too big. So we're going to leave this at 1/2 scale, put in the top, put in the right, and you can put in your pictorial and it all fits. You don't have to adjust anything until that okay. And there's your part. Put in your center lines and your dimensions, edit your title block, and you're ready to turn that in to me.